That's
No.
50 cents a house more than Phoenix, and it's the same as DNS. DNS gave us the same price.
Yeah, they were 77 point something or other cents a house more than both companies, and they pick up 77 cents, so they're only a point something, so it doesn't mean anything.
Oh, what do we?
Let's call the meeting to order.
Meetings called to order. We've got, what we've seen really narrowed it down to 4. I've only got 3 copies here, but I never.
No, the last one was Pines Property Management. That was too high. That was 38.
Okay, that's why I was.
Yeah. So I guess we threw that out from the very beginning.
So what are our thoughts? We need to pull the trigger.
There's a sorry?
We need to pull the trigger on something. You want to start?
I looked at the DNS. I looked at all of them, but based on, and I heard the last part of the presentation of it. Pretty much the DNS and Phoenix pretty much are comparable with the same, I guess with one of the words that you all used the last time is the same regular thing as property management. Yeah, and that affinity, we felt that the perception was there was more technological advance, and we wanted to. It seems to be more a company that seemed to be more advanced for this community, and that could work with us better. Now, I know that I didn't ask you. You went up and looked at the office, and you told me that everything looks good at the office.
It's not some huge place. It's a small place, very professional, very organized, very.
He gave you a tour?
I mean, I did a quick walk there. The guy wasn't there when I was there, so I
Is that walk-in?
just poked my head in and said hi.
That's the way to do it.
And then I did ask Paul if he could find anything negative. When he looked, he told me no. So I felt that was good. The issue, the other one that have to do with Phoenix. Phoenix is a company that was on this property before, and Phoenix did not do a good job with this property. And as I mentioned the last time, we met with them and asked them to improve the performance. They had a property management they had a property manager that used to come on the property. Same thing like we are requesting now. She used to come on the property twice a week, or sometimes 3 times a week, and talk with some of the residents or talk also with the independent contractors. However, when it was to follow up as completing the task, there was no follow-up. There was some problems with, also there was days that she's supposed to be here and said that she was coming. No, didn't appear and didn't call to advise anyone she was in here. So I used to get the call, I sometimes used to get the call because they had a resident that came and looked for the property manager and here.
Who was looking for the property manager?
Because at that time when we had the person here, they would take ACC forms, registration forms, all those kind of things.
We want a property manager that does our books, that does our inspections of our houses,
But you still gotta be on property for that.
That's what
They
she
gotta
would
be
do.
reliable.
They have to
show up.
become on property, they have to do their job, you know, like we haven't had it done for God knows how many years, you know? But we
We made
don't,
appointments, this is not that. this is-
I understand this, I'm only thinking of a little office compared to a big office with a lot of people that somebody can talk to. You know? And I'll shut up.
I mean,
Well,
But if they have the
you're not asking my opinion.
well, if they have the technology and
well,
who cares about it?
I mean,
the issue with Phoenix is,
They're
again,
probably more efficient.
I'm-
technically.
one of the things that's important here is that we do diligent
I agree
search.
with you, I agree with you, Liz.
I'm coming, this is not to be diligent search, I'm coming with real scenario that happened.
I agree with you, Liz. Now, if I had a company just like All Florida Management and, what was it, Miami-Dade Management that worked for me before, you know, and that I was unhappy with, why would I hire another company that I was unhappy with? I understand that. But I've looked at every single company that's out there that we can possibly afford, and there's no one that will give us the service that Phoenix Management will give us. That's the only reason I want to hire Phoenix. But I'm going to step aside on this thing and say, I'm not even going to talk about it. Y'all figure it out.
But that
What's
was,
his concern? What is he concerned about affinity?
We need a company that has somebody that answers a phone that you can talk to.
They said they were gonna have somebody there.
No, they don't. They have a system, just like we had before. Push one, push two, push, I called all the
I was in other words, they don't have no call center like over.
companies. No.
Call from, on whose perspective? The board's perspective or
Well,
the resident's perspective?
I would just call up and say, hey, I'm Richard Wolf with Marbella Park. We met with Raphael. Please call me back. No, I called at 9 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't even get into the system. I called at 10 o'clock in the morning. I could leave a message. I left a message at 10. I got a call at 4. And we're a customer. And then I did it the next day. The same thing. Not just with Affinity, I called these people that said they had one person at the phone. They only had 3 people in their whole office and you couldn't get them on the telephone. I want a company you can communicate with. I know one thing. If you call this company, there's an old lady, because I can hear in her voice, she's all, picks up the phone and talks to you.
Well, I did the same thing. I called a couple days ago, or the last week, maybe Monday, I don't know. I called about the same time, Affinity, and Phoenix. Yes, Phoenix, somebody answers the phone.
Somebody answers the phone.
It's a secretary, all she's gonna do is take a message.
Yeah, but
She
you
took
can
the
have a
message.
rapport, you can make a rapport with that person that answers the phone. If you're in an office and you're talking to a human being, not in a machine, you can have a rapport with that human being. That human being knows who you are, because you're not just a person calling, you're on the board. They know who you are, you can have, and get your message out quicker. You can,
beside that point that you were bringing up, what is it?
I have no other, I have no.
No, beside the customer service, somebody answer a phone.
That's what we want, customer
Because-
service.
So Richard, from what side? I mean, when you call, because you need to talk to them regularly, or you're worried about when the residents call?
Both. I'm worried about both. I want somebody to answer
about
that.
that, isn't legal.
I don't care about me, okay?
Let me get back to what I was saying.
I'll be honest, I don't care about me.
I left a message with the nice lady that answered the phone here. The system put me right through to the gentleman's voicemail, and I left a message there. Within an hour, they both called me
I
back.
agree, exactly.
I mean, now, is that indicative? I don't know, because they're both trying to get our business right now.
Right.
And the guy that called me back here is the same guy that they've had trouble with in the past. Looking at these
I
contracts,
understand the whole thing.
looking at these contracts myself, I'm very uncomfortable with this one because of the size of the company, and that's the last couple companies we've had, the same thing, and if something goes wrong with one person in this family,
We're dead.
we're scrambling again. These two, just looking at these, I could go either way. Now, there's a lot to be said for our past experience. And
I
Still,
agree.
Barbara dealt with that, and it's the same gentleman that they dealt with that's calling us back now. I have an issue with that, and I also, I see it differently, that big office, in my opinion, they're not gonna give a shit about us.
When you guys
They don't
interviewed
need
them,
us.
did you
They'll
guys bring that
keep
up?
us as long as they can, and then, you know, if we're not happy and they can't get, you know, easily get a manager in here to keep us happy, they'll string us along as long as they can, and then move on to the next one, because they got so many accounts, way bigger than us.
Possible.
You know, these condos that they manage, $300-400 a month in maintenance fees, we can't compare to that. Like I said, I've never been one, when it comes to services like this, I've never thought the super big company is the way to go, because you don't get the service. They may have the ability to do it, but they just don't. You know, they're cutting corners, they're trying to save money, they're gonna have the guy here as minimal as possible, you know, they're looking at every penny.
Not only that, their small office may be due to that, they have only 5-6 customers.
You're
Also, they don't need
you're
a big
looking
office.
basically at the exact same money and the exact same contract, 60-day out with no fault or 30-day out, there's no difference. There's no difference between the two of those. You just vote on what company you want, let's finish this.
For the main items that we've had an issue with, you know, I tried to do a comparison, and they're basically the same. The Finney's 50 cents more per house, you know, $100 more.
There's no
a
money,
month.
it's different.
And it's a 60-day out instead of a 30-day out, but they're giving us an out for no cause. One thing I saw that I like the sound of, they'll prepare a suggested budget for us. All the rest of them say they'll assist us in preparing the budget. You know, obviously we still have to go over the budget and tweak it as we see fit. I like the sound, and I like the sound of what they want to do with our employee. They're going to train him, they're going to give him a uniform, they're going to take him on as their employee. We still have the right to him if something happens and we end up parting ways. You know, since we had him before, he stays our employee. They can't. You know, take him away.
Financially, excuse me for interrupting, financially, no, this is a good thing. That is a good thing. What they want to take him on for 22% of his salary is a good thing financially. We can get out of workers' compensation and all this crap that we're paying. But as far as training and giving him a uniform, Henry works really good just the way he is.
No, I get that. I mean, as far as what he does, but I'm just talking about training and process.
What are you going to train him to do?
You know, there's one thing to have a hard-working, skilled worker, and it's another thing
They
for
can
him
give some
to,
direction.
you know, think of the big picture.
He has his own direction.
Yeah, but they'll help them, I'm telling you, if they're professional management corp, like they say, they'll come out and help them out.
Well, that might help, because their netto won't have to supervise him at all. That he'll have a little less work to do, which will be nice.
How much time is the property manager gonna be here? Like how long?
Twice a week, most of them, twice a week.
That's what we do. It's not that they're coming out off, it's pretty much twice a week.
Yeah.
With independent contractors, no, they're not gonna come out inside.
It's like a drive-by.
Violations.
Yeah, that's the best part, when you have a complaint.
But that's
Content.
We want them to come on the property, do their violations, no, drop off their paperwork and leave. We don't want them talking to people in the community. It's not-
Any more comment? Well, I would move at this time that we make we proceed.
I have a question for Richard. Richard, are you staying on as the treasurer of this organization?
No.
Oh,
You're not.
As of today, or as of the end of the year?
Huh?
Is that as of today, or can we hold out till the end of the year and restructure, since we had planned to do that anyway?
I'll wait till the end of November. I need to be free at Christmas. Yeah, this is a hard job. It's not
Maybe
a-
you'll have new
you need to-
people that are interested in that, and
Yeah.
will come forward and, you know, want to be on board.
You need to be
Still
very
waiting.
personal because we're gonna be
There's
Santa
a
Claus.
line of people.
No, I'm not bad.
You're not Santa Claus with my daughter?
No, I'm not Santa Claus. No, I hire Santa Claus for them. I'm not, I don't have, neither do you.
No, they're not looking for no.
Yeah, they put stuffing in the costume.
Little things that changes your vote. What, does any decision that we make here change the decision that you just said?
No, I said that before, no. I don't care. I picked Phoenix Management because I thought it would be easier for me. And then when Nick told me he went to see the office, and it was a little office, I said, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I really thought about that I don't want to do this anymore. I really thought about it. I said, I really don't want to do this anymore. This takes all of my mornings, from the time I get up until about 11:30, every single day I can't get off the phone with these fucking people that bother me every single day for what check they're gonna write, what check they're not gonna write. I don't want to do this anymore. I would like to have a little peace and quiet and go back to my normal life, and I can play with my grandchildren and not have somebody calling me. I like to be just a board member and not an officer.
Can't blame you for that.
Okay. So I don't care what you do, y'all can pick whoever you want, you'll be fine.
Figure out who does it from there on out. We'll just stay on the
If
board.
this company does a good job, there's no reason for Richard to have to babysit.
That's the hope, or whoever.
That was my
The
thought.
hope is that
If we
they will
hired
take-
board management, I felt, and I could be 100% wrong, and that's what I was thinking in my head, that if we hired them, and I felt that they were gonna do a good job and take care of us, and then they didn't do a good job, then I'm back in the same mess that I was in with the last two companies that we've had. I don't wanna do that.
But Richard, aren't they telling you, Ernesto and Byron, that those guys suck, that they were terrible?
Yeah, I agree with Ernesto.
So why do you want to vote with them?
Ernesto
It's the
told
same
me,
promises they're giving you right now.
Ernesto told me last week, and he was right. Now, if I wanted to hire Christine, if he wanted to hire Christine back, or this last management company, what was their name? Barbara back. Now, would I do? No. No, and I agree with him. I agree with him. And that's what I said. I have, like, exasperated my,
Patient.
exactly, with Marbella Carcom and Associates.
You need a
Alright,
second.
so
y'all can
at least,
vote. We move forward.
thank you, at least until the end of November, gives us a chance to get through this transition, and then we can deal with that
Yeah.
transition, I appreciate that. But does anybody, wanna vote for that Pines management? It was out of our league, nobody. Anybody voting for DNS?
Wait, he made a motion
No, yeah.
to vote, somebody had to second.
Yes, sir.
Procedural
Well, what are we
correct.
voting on?
He said he
We
made a
just
made a
motion
to vote.
to vote.
To vote.
Okay.
To go
So
to
somebody
vote.
has to
I
second.
second.
Okay.
Now,
I second.
proceed.
So what do we just vote for who we're on?
No, well,
Hey, sorry, Robert.
Somebody needs to make a motion
We're gonna do, let's do it right.
okay, let's do it right. then. Let's say,
All in
I
favor?
make a motion
Really?
to vote, I make a motion to approve, Pines Property Management. Is there a
I
second?
don't need a second. No.
Okay. I make a motion to approve the,
DNS.
BNS as a property management. Is there a second?
No second, let's move on.
I make a motion to approve Affinity.
Right.
Second.
There's been a second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I abstain.
Okay. Next thing, and the other one was a motion for Phoenix, and there's no second. Okay, so our company will be affiliative at this time. Is there any, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I mean, is there anything else we want to discuss? Somebody wanted to discuss. We finished with
No,
this.
that was the only thing on the agenda. Anything else, open forum, we can talk about if anybody else had anything.
There was something that,
I would like to say, we do need to think, obviously, the next year, doesn't look like anybody's stepping forward to join our ranks. If anybody is stepping down, let us know so we can plan accordingly.
well,
I tell you, I must be on the board.
I'm saying from the board first. The second thing will be the reorganization. I think 2 terms as president is appropriate, and I would like to take another position on the board next year. I don't know about that one. But, so just let's start thinking about what we want to do and how we want to move forward. If we can still keep recruiting out there, if there's anyone out there that wants to join us.
Ernesto takes care of most of the petty cash anyway. If we made him treasurer, he just could get the checks and take care of it all by himself. And yeah, then he wouldn't have to come to my house to do that thing, you know, which is it's work.
I like your kindness.
You're
Let's continue the good talking. There's several things that I've picked up from the gate.
Meanwhile, this guy didn't even come for the house paint.
He
Yeah.
told me he's not coming.
He's just painting it.
No, he's not painting. He hasn't painted his house since he lived here.
But what color is the
Who are you talking about?
The pink.
Yellow, that's
He wants the
different.
original.
The ugly original yellow.
So, I don't know if y'all,
But he's not here, so we won't.
I have a house yellow.
so I just put in the things in the package because I was waiting on whoever we decide with.
I've
So
got,
I can turn this over. Some of them called me about application. Then I said, we have it, but they have to wait until after the first of
Okay, look, the bank account's all set up. I set up the whole bank account. It's a locked box like we used to have with Bank of Popular. No, that's we own. No management company owns it. We own it. So we can hire, fire, or change, or they can quit, just like this happened. And we're not gonna have this problem anymore. It's gonna go directly to the bank all the time. We need whatever management company, we need to give them, which I can do because they showed me how to do it. You give them permission to get into the account, they can go and do it.
By the way, since you set that up already and everything, do you have an accurate address and everything to give to Alex because he can?
No, they just finished the training that I could get in the computer today to actually do the account. And then after that happened, I had to go to work. I emailed the guy to send me the address, and then he wrote back, I'll send you all the information tomorrow, so I'll have it tomorrow. And I'll send it back out as soon as I get it.
Okay, and then,
But we need to send out a letter, which they'll do, the new company will do. And we need to also send out, besides the email thing, we need to actually hire, what's his name? The gentleman, Austin, isn't that his name?
we want to put the.
Yeah, to put a notice on every single door. Because these people are so stupid, they're like,
No, you can.
and
Oh,
I've got a bunch of stuff that's been sent to me, and I've been trying to deal with as best I can in the meantime too. So once we get the management, we'll turn that all over and let them sort through it. Do we want to, I mentioned at the last meeting, rather than publish Affinity's phone number, do we want to say this is our manager's phone number, use our Google Voice phone number, that's our number that we keep, actually Alex's number, but as long as he lets the association use it. That way, if there is a change a year, 2 years down the road, we change who it forwards to, we just forward the Google Voice number to the management.
okay. No, but that number let's say when you use it, when I use it, it still go directly to them, they can answer,
Everybody gets a voicemail.
Okay.
You can set it up to go straight and to forward all calls to any number.
No, but what he's saying.
The way it's set up now is voicemail, and you get the email with the attachment of the voice.
No.
Right.
My question
There's
You
all
can do
kind of
anything.
options on how to set it up. It's gonna go to theirs, and once it gets forwarded to theirs, if we set it up that way, it goes to their system, they answer.
Yeah, you can do that.
And they can answer.
And that's
So
it.
you can change it at any time as well.
I guess
I'm not that sophisticated even
I-
what y'all are talking about, but anything we can keep control of, personally, now, we're better off, because we've been out of control of a lot of things that we shouldn't have been out of control of, and we didn't know, because we were new.
Are we gonna
Anything we
submit
keep
the
control of would be
contract
better.
to the attorney to review to make sure it's okay, or we're just gonna sign it?
Oh no, I know that big guy.
What's that?
You want to know if we can send it to that attorney? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You see, he have to tighten that
I'm
up.
gonna have him update, I'll ask him to update with the changes that you discussed with him. Send it to Maloney.
Tighten up. You have to tighten everything and put it in our favor.
Clarification on that legal services section. Actually, I asked for clarification on the additional legal services payment section. I didn't follow it.
Legal coordination, so
Well, I read all that, I couldn't figure it out.
pursuant to paragraph
I
1A4.
think you send this to Maloney, and he'll be able to tell you whether we
That's what I'm
should
saying, that's
signing this or not.
I would say, let him alone. Yeah.
But he changed the price, did you change the price?
No, he hasn't, he never sent us a new one, he just
Tell
told you
them
that.
to
Yeah.
meet
I'm
fees.
gonna ask him to send us one.
Okay, send us a new one, let's send it to in the morning, yeah?
There was
I
talk
agree.
about a meeting in mid-November, the 14th of November. Anything changed with that?
No, we had tentatively said the 14th and for the first budget planning meeting, and that's our regular meeting on night also.
Yeah.
Because we moved it.
So my property thing we said we'll be here. That is
7 o'clock.
7
So
o'clock.
7.
Because we do the first and then we can stay until whatever it is.
So we've already made a decision though that we're not increasing the maintenance on the houses. So I'm not gonna do any work on that since I'm not quitting till the end of November, so, no, I'm not gonna do any work on the budget,
I
right?
haven't discussed the budget really yet.
Some of us have strong feelings about whether or not we should raise the assessment, but that decision hasn't been made, that's the
But
budget.
we need, just so we're sitting here, we need a reserve to fix our streets, to get rid of that park, whether we make it a garden or turn it back into a park, whatever we do with it. We need a reserve to make our and our park that's in front of my house that's falling apart, that we're gonna get sued about one day.
It was illegal for them to ever get rid of the reserves, because it's, in order to not have a
Well, we
reserve.
know that, but that's already finished. We
Oh, I know.
can't do anything about what they did.
At least 2 of the managers that we met with said that really to do it right, we need to go through a process and have the reserve assessment. And I don't think we're gonna have time to do it with this budget. We're on top of it right now.
No, we're not, but if
But
we
you can plan for next
if we raised our budget by 10%, which is only $11.50, no? That money could go into the reserve account, and we could put it in the budget when it started, at that point. And then, at 2 years down the road, we could build that new park that's in front of my house and fix that to whatever we want to fix it for. You know? And maybe 4 years down the road, we could put new streets in our community, maybe.
I think,
That's part of,
Or we could do nothing, like we've done.
I
No?
think,
that was part of
I think-
Affinity's
I think we just need to be, continue, I think we're doing good in reference to election. I think with the new management, we need to refocus and make sure we get overly aggressive in reference to collected, and then we can look at doing the street. That is $300,000 out there.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money, and that is not the way I look at it, that it would not be practical to say we increase it, anything, when you have that kind of money out there. You know, that's my position. You can't have a
My
money.
only question is, if you're not gonna consider raising it, then why won't you work on a budget? There's no reason we can keep the old budget just the way it is. Just reprint.
Well, but we can discuss that later. Anyway,
No, it's work.
the management company.
No, it's work. If it's work that's gonna be in vain, why do it?
no, do you want to deal with that now?
No, I'm just saying.
That's what.
I'm not for the increase.
Okay, so.
Well, that's
But I'm just saying, we're all in favor of not increasing the thing, then we won't work on a budget thing, we can just reprint last year's budget and stay the same. We know that the landscaping company would like to do some more work, which will increase the budget, but it's not a lot of money, it's a very little amount. Maybe $1,000.
Then if that's the case, it'll be a short meeting on the 14th.
Right.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
so we could be on a short meeting.
Ready?
The management company is probably gonna send out a packet, like an introduction packet. Should that packet contain the proxy votes for the election that's a month away?
No.
No, that has to be a separate.
Has to be
You-
separated by itself.
Let's separate.
That has to be
We're
separate.
gonna need to get them on
Has to be
board
specific
and
criteria.
on some of these things hitting the ground running because
Yeah.
we've gotta hold the annual meeting. We've gotta make sure we do it right and we're gonna need their help with that, so.
Okay, we're all done?
Okay, we're all done. Does anybody have any comments?
Did you want to bring this up, or?
This is like a special meeting, it's not for that.
Oh,
I mean, maybe in the next.
Yes, at the
What
hotel,
time?
no, they can bring it up.
Oh, you want to bring it up? Go ahead.
I can pass it out.
Listen, I think the meeting for these purposes is
We're
adjourned.
adjourned. Now we
I'm
can
not
talk about something
gonna, I
else.
wanted to hear what you had to say about the cameras.
All right,
Good night.
everybody.
All right, pretty much. Sorry, I didn't have to throw numbers together. I do have some numbers, but I did have them in the proposal. Pretty much what I'm looking to do is, if you will allow us to set this up. Which I have right now. Pretty much what this is the idea of setting up a wireless type of 9P camera system, okay? Which could also provide wireless maybe for the neighborhood. I don't know yet. Here's the thing. I do technology, I do all this kind of stuff. Phase one is to basically, it's a proof of concept. Purchase all the little itty bitty components of each piece, connect the gatehouse to the pool area, see if it works. If that works, then we'll move on. The idea is every light pole can be a camera, but it would be IP-based wireless. Okay, there's technology out there that can allow us to communicate by nodes throughout every little section. There's ways to do it. But the only way to really do it is a proof of concept, saying, does the equipment work? I mean, I work right now for a company out of Pompano Beach. They're doing a WiMAX, and you'll see in the next year or two, we have 2 years to build towers. This has nothing to do with this, but if anything, I have a background in technology, and I'm working with people who are smarter than me about wireless stuff. So if I ever have a question or something, they'll make it work. Right. So what I'm looking at doing is setting up some license plate recognition cameras at the entrance. Some cameras here around the area. We have to talk about how many cameras, what it takes. And it would be a wireless connection between here and the gate. Right now, is there connections between here and the gate right now? Okay. And eventually there will be a server, and I'd like to put it in this area here. Is this always fully powered?
Yeah.
And we put a UPS on it, things like that.
Yeah.
But the idea is that all the recording would go here. The gatehouse would have a monitoring station. Okay, if you look at the last page there, it's got a little diagram of cameras. Now these cameras here, the cameras that my company uses basically to secure outdoor equipment, cameras on the actual equipment to see if somebody's bothering me. These cameras cost like $100 to $150. The weatherproof, they're the smaller version of the bigger ones that you see.
Mm-hmm.
So what we can do is we can expand. We can say we want the small ones or we want a larger, more robust one.
So I want the bigger ones just for the the visual, the
Right.
deterrent. I want people to see that they're being, but
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah. You want to have, they're going to see stuff. Like, you ever go down Turnpike and you see those cameras on the Turnpike and you have these little antennas? They're doing the same thing, but they're not proposing. They're communicating to each other, their own little network. There's magazines out there like this that has cameras all over the place, okay? And the biggest deal here is the proof of concept. Pretty much, I'm planning on using this thing called the Wi-Fi bridge kit that connects. Their envisioning is that you can share internet with your neighbor, but in reality, you can share. It's all network. You can share this network device with that network device. And I want to be able to. The idea of the proof of concept is I'm not sure how far these radio waves go to each other, and it's a matter of like, can we get from light pole to light pole? I don't have a full proposal of the pricing, but I can get that to you guys. I just have to. When I first started this project, and you know, I was talking, I wasn't actually working, and now I got this 2 jobs and I'm working 50 hours a week. Okay.
So it's
Now,
a lot harder
once we
than-
implement it, the idea is to have, we can implement this area easy enough. I can do that on a weekend or a couple of weekends. And then each module would be, is basically get the parts, package it together, mount it on the thing. The only thing that I'm not sure about is electric. I mean, what kind of electric is out there? It's all underground. I mean, if I take a light pole, is that 240 or is it 110? Anybody know?
You can't use that power, no?
But it can be tapped into. You can get it out of electrician.
So you got the guy here, he got.
100% you can do it.
No, the
They might tell you, but you can do it. We're paying
talk
for
about
it.
our light poles in
I would-
the community
Exactly.
We pay for it.
that we own, not.
I would say you can tap into it.
Yeah, we pay for it, so we should be able to tap into it.
That's what I'm thinking. You just pay the electrician.
But
But
don't go like that either.
So
the only thing I would need
as the
is,
FBNL man
I need
says,
to come up with a little, it's going to include a router, the wireless equipment that I was just talking about, some kind of a very small UPS so that if the power does flicker, it's not going to turn off, and a few other items. But the idea is that those little modules can be built for a certain price, and so cameras, this, that, and other thing, and of course my time, but that's something that we have to talk about. I don't know how much I want to charge.
Why don't you do this? Why don't we start, and then we can go to the street part, which that would have to be.
And that's phase 2.
And just start with communicating from here to here.
Exactly.
We've been trying to do for 2 years and we can't do it.
Right, and that's what phase 1 is. Phase 1 is doing exactly that. This
Yeah,
is the gatehouse.
communicating from
This is
here
the
to
pool.
here.
The pool looks like a courthouse, but that's what I'm trying to do. And then once we get there, then this will be the module where there's 2 antennas on and a router. There's more stuff there. I didn't want to get too detailed. But the cameras can be like this. These are weatherproof. They're very high detail. But we can buy, maybe at the beginning, we can buy different cameras to see which ones are best. Okay? And there's also a thing called a network recording device. You've heard about DVRs, which is digital, usually records CCTV.
We have one in here.
Right,
But we don't know if that's any good or not.
And if I can use it, I will. But the idea is I need a network recording device. Basically, it's a device that looks for IP or network cameras and records the video off of them. And they have it, and I've seen it for sure in a 4-channel version and an 8-channel version. I was hoping to look for a 16, but I haven't found it yet.
I have a 16.
A 16 digital video camera.
Yeah, digital.
But I'm talking about a
16
network.
channel.
Basically, it's really just a computer.
It doesn't have the individual wires from each camera going into it. It has,
No, it goes from the
It
internet
goes into the
to,
Right,
yeah.
it's all by numbers.
It's all by numbers. You got to put code for each single,
Right.
and each one has its own IP address, and it goes into the video record. That's what I have at my mother's house. No, there's no wires. It's all
Similar, exactly.
internet. No, I go on my phone. You can take my mother's
Yeah,
house
it's
right
like some of the
here.
software I'm looking
And
at.
look at it. You know, I look at her house. I go to here. See here? I'm here. I go to her house.
I'm sure she's
Live.
dressed.
You can change things. I can tape it. And
See, what's nice about some of these cameras,
her house.
cameras can support 5 visuals at the same time. So you can record one stream, and up to 4 other people could connect to it and look at it at the same time. I mean, if you wanted to open it up that way. But I would suggest, like, only you guys could look at the full system. Maybe the gatehouse has a monitoring station, each of you has a monitoring station.
Well, we would like the gatehouse to have the monitoring station. Maybe we could have the capacity to get into lottery if we wanted to.
Well, that's it, but it's really just
Like-
it's just a program. You just open the program and you see what you see.
But we'd like the guards to do it.
Of course, we're going to do it, but what I would like as a resident is to be able to, I hear things outside. See, somebody hit my car, you know, Carlos, who lives up the road from me, somebody hit a light pole and the light pole hit somebody else's car. And nobody knew who did it. But he had a camera system, he was able to rewind it and say, oh, they did it. You know, it's just one of those little things that it's nice to know that, and since everybody's kind of paying for it, it'd be something like, maybe you can tap into your street or something.
Well, I agree, somebody broke our arm, I called the guardhouse, I said, who broke the arm? We don't know. Why don't they know?
I asked them when's the meeting tonight, and they didn't know. But the lady out, the lady out there is really nice, the one 3 to 11, she's really
Yeah,
good. She
so
smiles.
this is a daytime, it's really nice.
Smiley.
That's all, she smiles.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
But who broke our arm?
Yeah, this is, I mean, Paul and I have been talking about that we all have, but, and
And I know some
We're
of these
just not-
systems cost a ton of money. And the thing is, what I'm looking at, if you do wireless, you're not worried about digging wires, pulling wires. That's the expensive.
Like that.
I mean, I used to install networks in jails. I used to install computers for inmates. Okay, that's how I know all this. Okay, so
You went to jail?
no, I was never in jail. My joke is when I get on the plane after visiting a jail, I'm on the plane, I'm sitting next to somebody, and I'll say,
I've been to
no,
jail.
I just got out of jail. I go, uh-oh. And they're stuck with it. Anyway, so phase 2 is limited deployment. Basically, I'm thinking the road around the lake.
Maybe he can fix this, and then he can
Well,
get
let's-
proposed.
Well, never get the thing from
let's start
AT&T,
looking
we
at some
can try.
numbers for phase 1, you know.
I think phase one, and he had it twice.
Phase 1 is,
We need
let's see if it
to,
works.
we need to
All
look
the
at the
equipment works
numbers.
and everything's great. There's a little risk on your side of, or community side of saying, well, this sucks, it don't work. Let's find something else. It might take a little bit longer to make it work. I can't guarantee it, but I will say this much. I know I can make it work. And maybe get a different camera, maybe get a different, you know, connector, maybe get a different router. And it takes a little bit of trial and error to get it right, because I don't think this has ever really been done. Okay? And the reason I bring up this low WiMAX is eventually, not that I'm proposing this company, I'm not even working full-time for them, I'm really a temp. But if I can prove myself, then I can get a job. But they're coming down into Miami, it's called, they get 50 megabit download of internet. And if this was set up, I have a feeling that this could actually provide wireless for the entire neighborhood. Or anybody who didn't, you don't have to pay internet anymore, you can just get wireless at least. Or get it off of your, people that don't want to pay for internet, they don't pay for TV or wherever they get it, they can draw it off of us. And it's another benefit for the association, like, hey, come move here because there's free wireless. Or even charge them, whatever. There's ways of doing that too.
I agree with charging.
But are you proposing this as a vendor, or you're proposing this as a homeowner?
Well, I'm a homeowner. I am proposing that I need to make some money. That's what I would have to talk about money. I don't know even what this is worth, how long it's going to take me. On average, I have a business called Rocket Technology Group, and I usually charge about $50 an hour. And about the time. And I'm always fair about the hours. It's not like if I have to spend an hour trying to figure something out, I'm not going to charge you for it. The idea is my time. What am I doing? Am I sitting here for 8 hours, tinkering, making it all work? Yes. And that would be chargeable. But the idea is that I've been doing this kind of stuff for a long time. It's not like I'm a teenager just trying to figure it out. If you give me the stuff, I can almost guarantee you.
I say let's give it a shot and set up the first part, and then if it goes well, then we go on from there.
And that's the whole point. You get the stuff working, see if it all
We
connects.
need the first part fixed anyway. Unless you all are gonna go with Juan's suggestion
You
with,
lost me already.
with the.
Yeah, you're doing something
Yeah,
else.
let's,
And I do need to ask,
what do you do to get-
I need to ask a question about that, Karen. Right now, we will know this evening. When we finish it,
Where do we have internet in this community? We have it here, and at the guardhouse, we pay internet.
We have the ability at the guardhouse, it hasn't been set up. Here it was set up.
How long will that
I don't know
take?
for Wi-Fi.
So you're gonna set that up in the first phase?
First phase.
You start working, when can you start working?
Let's say you order.
I'm just asking.
Let's put this.
Because-
Order the stuff. Let's say it's all.
we need to see some numbers, and
Okay.
we need to see what.
Then it matters. Okay, it's here. Let's say it arrives on a Wednesday. That means mean, I'll start tinkering with it, playing with it. I would say within a week or two, week and a half, I should be having it playing, working at my house. I'm like, oh, it all works, look. And then we'll put it into production. We'll actually start mounting one, we'll have a party at my house or something. You can come and look and see, watch my 3 kids play around, because they love cameras. They're not doing this video stuff. I mean, I was doing video visitation within this. This is my project, is setting up video visitation from the homeowner, the inmate's family's home, all the way into the jail cell, and they can just go to a little kiosk and talk to that.
So I think what we need is to really nail down some numbers on phase 1.
Right.
And obviously you can get some pretty solid numbers on equipment, and then the ballpark on the time, that way, then we can say, all right, let's proceed,
Right.
we need time to put some money together.
The only question mark in my head is the electric. Because if it's 240, then you're gonna have to have like some kind of a step down transformer, which might be expensive.
What are all the lights 240 or next?
What kind of bulbs?
It's not even a 240.
The light bulbs.
Because a lot of like just the regular.
Like flames, no?
But all of that can be,
Right.
we can find that out.
Okay.
The electrician is.
And I'm sure somebody else in the community is electrician.
No, we have an
Oh, you
electrician.
do? Okay.
We have
Oh,
electrician.
that was one of the things, if you look in there, I said that, is our maintenance guy an electrician?
No, but we have an
Okay,
electrician company.
The reason I brought that up is simply because the maintenance guy could do a lot of the work too.
No.
Oh, no.
No, you see, if we're doing something, if it's doing something that can require certain ability to do
Yeah,
it.
sort of, no, but like putting up brackets for the cameras or.
Brackets is not nothing, but yeah, when you go into electricity, you have to know what that cable you're doing and all of that.
I'm sure the mounting of the cameras, the 8,000 word watts and everything.
Enough electrical work, I could do it myself, but it's just that
Yeah,
I'm not licensed.
Yeah,
I do all my own electric, but I don't do it really.
I have a switch in my closet that keeps flickering on and off.